Hello, this is Katherine Waddell, and this is part 2 of the 3-part series, Excuses, Frustrations, and Plateaus when it comes to business. If you have not watched video 1, you want to go back and watch that one about excuses, all right? We're going to get right into frustrations. When you're in business, you're living your passion, you're doing what you love, you will encounter some things that's just going to make you, ugh. But I want to tell you one thing about this frustration is different from being on someone's job. It's different because when you're frustrated, it's really because you're trying to figure out how to get the resources you need in place. So it's not a frustration in the way of you're banging your head against the wall because the boss won't give you the time off, or you didn't give the right excuse to get that extended time away you need from work with your newborn baby. You know, it's not that kind of frustration. It's how do I create this? How do I grow this? How do I invest in myself more? How do I get to the next level? When you're in business, every year, you're going to be looking at the next year. And in your other life, being an employee, you make New Year's resolutions. You're going to do something different at your job. But as a business owner, you're looking at your New Year's resolutions differently. You're looking at what is this year going to bring. You're breaking your calendar up quarter by quarter. And even if you don't hit those marks, you know that you were striving for something because you have control over this. You're frustrated when you get stuck on something. You're frustrated when some technology doesn't go like you want it to. You get frustrated if your interns or your employees don't do quite what you want them to do. But your frustration is because you know that there's a solution, not frustration because you feel stuck. When you're in business and the frustrations rise up, you just sit back and you start thinking, okay, it's time for a brainstorming session. You would have never done that as an employee because it may have fallen on deaf ears. I've been in that place so many times on a job. Now, let me be clear. If you are on a job that is allowing you the flexibility, if you are on a job that is allowing you the freedom that you want, if you're on a job that is allowing you to grow by leaps and bounds, and you feel passionate about your position with that company, if you feel passionate about your potential with that company, by all means, that's where you need to be. I'm not telling you to leave that job. What I'm trying to get people to understand is to walk in what you're passionate about, to live what you're passionate about. Let me give you a little story before I get back to our point. I'm a mother of 3 boys, and my older 2 kids saw me go to work all the time. They saw me go to college around the clock. And what my kids said to me when I finally started my company is they finally believed me. I said, explain to me, what do you mean you finally believe me? They said, well, you told us to do what we love. You told us to get up in the morning and put our feet on the floor for the thing we're passionate about, but we never saw you do that. You always got up going to someone's job. You didn't do what you loved. You always went to someone's job. So they didn't believe me. So when you're telling your kids something, they're looking at you to see if you're practicing what you're teaching them, if you're living what you're telling them. And if you are like me, telling your kids, do what you love. I want you to go out and do anything you want. You can create the universe. You can create the world that you want. And if you're not doing that, they're going to look at you like you're a big fat liar. And that was an eye-opening experience for me. So every time I run into something in my business that may make me feel like I've hit a brick wall, I just realize I need to pull out my hammer and my chisel and knock that wall down and keep it moving, because I have 3 boys that are looking at me to not lie to them again. And I tell you, I have a theory about lying. You don't want to waste your lies. And with my boys, I don't want to do that. They already have so much that, they have to think about. And I don't want their mom lying to them to be one of them. So in my business, when I hit a speed hump or a roadblock, I sit back and I say, it's time to have a think tank session. I'll call some random person and I'll just start talking, and you never know where the ideas or the inspiration is going to come from. Or I talk to a business associate, but I have to get unstuck. See, when you're on a job, you're complaining with other employees who are afraid to speak up because they may lose their job. It's very comfortable to have a job. It's very comfortable, even if you know that you get paid on Friday and by Monday you're without money again until the next 2 weeks. It's very comfortable. That's secure. I get it. I get that. And when you're on a job and you're talking to other people who also have that same paycheck, get paid on Friday and broke on Monday, they have that same situation, they're not going to speak up, and they're definitely not going to speak up on your behalf because they have kids to feed, they got bills to pay, and they got stuff they want to do. And this job is affording them that, even if they don't like their boss, even if they feel like they're not being appreciated, even if you fill in the blank, they're just not happy with the job. So you can't have a think tank session at your job because someone will back out on you. Now, unless the boss has come to you and given you amnesty for you to say, hey, here is an opportunity for you to let us know how to improve around here, and they really mean it, then you're probably stuck. Unless you have that opportunity, you're stuck, and that's frustration. But frustration in your business really is opportunity. So from now on, when you hear the word frustration and you're thinking about starting a business, I want you to hear opportunity. Frustration, opportunity. Frustration equals opportunity. And you get to try stuff. When you are the boss, you get to try some things. You get to test some things out. You get to see how this works. See, when you're on someone else's job, living their dream, they're trying things out, but you got to do it their way. If you want to gain some control, if you need that control, you need that creative control, either get with a company that allows it or start your own business.